Hey guys, I am Twaun X and this is the Take Podcast. On today's show, we will talk about not charging enough for your game. Are your dating expectations too low? And what actually brought me to this subject is the new bill passed by the Texas Senate, the SB 942. And this bill basically makes guys have to pay child support from the day that a woman conceived a child and not at the date of birth. And it actually provoked these thoughts and opinions that I will get to a little later in this discussion. But first, I want to show you guys a news clip about what is going on with this new bill, the SB 942. And here's that clip right here, guys.
Senate Bill 942 could change when you pay child support, and it could be sooner than you think. The bill requires a child's father to pay retroactive child support starting from the baby's conception date. It's a controversial topic that father and business owner Michael Ball feels passionate about.
I feel like she's carrying the baby. He's responsible for the baby. Doctor's appointments, all that comes into play. Both parties should be held accountable to bring that child into the world.
Members of the Texas Senate passed the bill on Wednesday with a vote of 27-4. This bill is making sure both parents play a role in supporting the child before birth and covering medical care expenses, which can be expensive. Attorney Anthony Robles at Robles Family Law Firm has been practicing law for 18 years and deals with child support cases daily. He says child support is a lifeline that parents need to take care of their children.
The obligation to support a kid doesn't start when the baby's born. The mother incurs extra expenses when she's bearing your child, when she's creating your child. It's going to help you in multiple other ways. One, the amount you'll owe for back child support, it's going to be less because you've already paid some of it. Two, you're probably going to have a better relationship with the other parent.
But is the system really fair?
With child support, at least in the state of Texas, is it only looks at one parent's income. It looks at the income of the parent who's going to be paying child support and the resources that parent should provide for the kid. It does not take into account the resources that the person who's going to have custody has the child.
The bill will now move forward to the House. Reporting in Odessa, Sanji Milburn, News West 9.
All right, guys, before I give my take on that, I wanted to go over this bill that they are trying to get passed in the next stage, the SB 942, and let me show you guys some of that here very quickly. All right, so basically what this bill means, guys, is that the father of the lady, I would assume, you never know with science these days, is going to try to get the father to pay for any bills upon the conception of a child, right? And I will go over some key points here in this bill as I have read it myself. A few things stuck out to me here, guys. Okay, the presumption. Let me see. This part, number one, guys, right here, knew or should have known that the obliger was the father of the child for whom support is sought. So the obliger is the guy that she's trying to put the child on, guys. It says sought to avoid the establishment of a support obligation to the child. Boom, 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 boom. It was a few things that stuck out here to me. I really did not think was fair. Where is it? A preponderance of other evidence of other evidence presented to the court, including the testimony of a parent of the child. I did not feel like this part right here, guys, was fair at all. And I'll unpack that here. Let me see if there's anything that I missed when I read this that I wanted you guys to know of. On a proper showing, the court may order the obliger to pay as additional retroactive child support, an equitable portion of all prenatal and postnatal healthcare expenses of the mother and the child. The court shall confirm the amount of retroactive child support and render a cumulative money judgment for the total amount of the retroactive child support owed. If a court renders an order under this chapter establishing a man's paternity of the child or establishing a child support obligation of a man whose paternity has been established by the execution of a valid acknowledgement of paternity in regard to the child under subchapter D. That is going to come back to get you guys. That's going to come back to get you guys. So let me go ahead and unpack this really quickly and then give my take on it, guys. So the part about the preponderance, fortunately, I have been going through the legal system a lot of my life. The preponderance means that there doesn't have to be 100% evidence that the father is the child. It means there has to be a good idea that he may be the father. I don't know about that, but they're saying that, and I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work, because I know it's going to be some type of fuckery, right? It's going to be some type of fuckery, for the guys on this one, if it gets passed. A preponderance means like 60% evidence that may be, and also, why would you have a preponderance if you're going to get the paternity? Okay. I also didn't like that ending part about when the acknowledgement of a parent, because see, that's going to screw the guys this way. A lot of guys already signed birth certificates with a woman, not knowing that legally binds them to the child. And I think that's what that means here, guys. So you better be careful about what children you are claiming. Through text messages, through any type of social media, I'm sure it will be used against you. Now, let me start to go into my opinion of this scenario. I think it is a totally ridiculous law. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Who came up with this? A group of baby mamas? I'm just going to be honest with you. I just do not agree with this. I'm for the upliftment of the community. Self-improvement is the basis of world development. And first off, I just feel like you're not charging enough for your game. I'm not a big advocate of child support and really government benefit at all. I know that it is needed, and there's always exceptions to the rule. So I know that it's needed, but I feel like it's being abused, right? And even though I am for a lot of stuff in favor of the woman, because I like to keep it balanced and not have a biased opinion for the most part. And this one, I'm rocking with the guys all the way. It is ridiculous. First off, you need to set your standards up correctly. We're gonna chop up game on this one, because all this stuff, man, y'all want to get bailed out for not choosing correctly. And I'm going to put it like that. Y'all want to get bailed out for not choosing correctly. Even whenever I break down stuff like as far as the tricking, I'm not talking about a guy going out squandering their money on any random little female with her cheeks hanging out. You know what I'm saying? That's always bending over, jiggling her ass cheeks and shit. No, I'm not talking about nothing like that. When I'm talking about tricking, I'm talking about guys that are actually taking care of their woman or their baby mama or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody necessarily squandering wealth or per se just buying a date, although you go to work for your money. So it's your money. He who has to go has the power is your prerogative. Now, with that being said, what I'm saying is, ladies, why you not charging enough for your game? No. Why you not charging enough for your game? No. See, y'all want to go out here. You putting the wrong parameters as far as why you choosing people to sleep with, right? Because this is what leads us up to these scenarios. I am not with you on this one. I'm just not, because it's no robbery and fair exchange. Now, if you go out and you choose the guy that has nothing because he's cute, or because he can make you laugh, or probably what happens a lot of the time, they be sitting at home all day because they ain't got no job or doing nothing productive. They ain't even looking for one, because a real man ain't gonna be sitting around with enough time to talk to you all day, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you falling for the wrong stuff and you just entertaining yourself, having a good time. Y'all sleeping with each other without condoms. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to act like it's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You sleep with each other without condoms and nobody even has marriage in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and just unpack all of that because I'm just not for it. I'm done with the destruction of our community. So I would like to use my powers for good to help the youth. Now, the thing about this is we're going to set our standards up because you women, you would choose off the looks and the conversation. And that ain't getting you nothing. I'm just being honest. That ain't getting you nothing when you got to run to the state to come and get this nigga to pay for your medical bills. That's on you. If you chose a dude that ain't gonna do nothing for you, I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's on you, baby. You need to set what you accept from a guy before you lay down and open your legs. You need to raise your standards up because it's not our job to bail you out with these type of laws and stuff. Man, hey, you know what I'm saying? The same way I'm when you lick the guy, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? If he licked you, I'm with him. I mean, but I prefer everybody to really just treat everybody on equitable notes and find somebody of your equal value that you can value and y'all grow and build together. See, it's a lot of social leeching really going on. You know what I'm saying? And this is not just for one per se community. When I say community, I'm talking about the human community because this is not confined to any type of race. You need to stop settling for guys that ain't gonna do nothing for you. And I'm gonna go ahead and address them other guys that was talking about the tricking whose side I am. I'm on everybody's side. Let's go ahead and get that understood. Now, I believe that a man should take care of his woman. Every man should take care of his woman. And there's too many children being raised without fathers, right? And I know situations get difficult when we make decisions out of immaturity, but we got to start cleaning it up at some point. Now, for all of you guys that has something to say about the tricking, I seem like these are the type of guys that the women that need this help are messing with. The type of guy that ain't gonna spend nothing on you, right? You probably walking down the street with him and he got you looking dusty as hell because he don't want no other nigga to talk to you. I'm just gonna be honest with you because any real man is gonna water his flower. Let me tell you something. When it comes down to tricking, I say tricking, I don't mean that in a negative way. Because that's not putting me in that's per se a trick bag, but I am in a trick bag because I got baby mamas. I ain't on no child support, but I try to send them the money anytime they need it, and I try to make sure I send money regularly. You see what I'm saying? I'm tricking. It's involuntary. It's still tricking, brother. For that I hit 18 years ago, I'm still paying this tricking. I don't care how you say it. So, but anyway, on a game level, you know what I'm saying? From a P coming from that background. I ain't never met any P's that really had nothing against anybody that was tricking. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they would have protected them. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't never met a woman that had a problem with somebody that was tricking. I'm getting to a point here. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to a point. And I've never met anybody that's tricking that had a problem with a trick because they the ones getting what they want out the deal. They work for their money. They do what they want, right? The only person that would be not happy in this situation would be the broke, dirty, dusty guy that cannot afford to trick, or the very immature, cheap, broke, stingy guy. Any of those categories, they are not going to be tricked. And you can be in that category if you want to, because that means that you have not matured or you're just that stingy or broke. And I really want to go with the last one. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, you're not charging enough for your game because you're choosing this type of guy that's spewing these types of things when you should be trying to talk to a boss, somebody that's talking about building and elevating your life. Look, we ain't trying to be, I'm not with child support. I feel like a woman should choose correctly. Should choose correctly. Whenever she's dealing with somebody else, understand that people are assets. They can be assets or liabilities. So when you're dealing with a person, it is an investment. It is an investment, and we need to start approaching these relationships from this mind frame, because if you really want to be successful, you probably need to look at being married. And marriage is really more of it's about love, but it's still a business institution. The average people that do get married, usually I believe they said it was like 2 times. The first time is for romance. The second time when they're old is for finance, right? And that's usually the one that lasts, right? It's not that love is not involved in it. Love is too, but we didn't grow through our immaturity and understand, well, all that being cute, that ain't gonna get me fed. You see what I'm saying? So understand the game. Now, people are investments, right? They can be liabilities, assets, or a blending of the two. Now, it's your job to make sure you don't make a bad investment. Meaning, guys and girls, if you go deal with the person and you like, well, they cute, but they got potential. Well, you're banking on a bet. They don't have that right now. And you don't know if they're going to get it because most people that are in that situation are good at bullshitting and talking people and making it seem like they're doing just enough because really they're focusing on you. You the target. They have what are called manufactured obligations. What are manufactured obligations? I'll break it down for you. We chopping up game today, baby. Now, manufactured obligations are these people already have problems before you meet them. They already have them, guys. Now, what the crafty social leech is going to do is they're going to find a way to get you connected to them emotionally, some type of sentimental way, and then they're going to find a way to make their problems your responsibility. This is why y'all start finding yourself, you meet the dude, he say he gonna do all of this and all that. Next thing you know, you taking care of him. You sending him all kinds of money to the jailhouse. And so he really just won out the deal. And dudes, I'm talking to you too. These women got a lot of manufactured obligations for us. So understand not getting put in the sucker pool. When I say you're supposed to trick on a female, that don't mean every female you see, you're supposed to be open your wallet. I'm talking about your wife, your woman. I'm talking about a sound investment. Other than that, you shouldn't be squandering your wealth. You just shouldn't. You should be walking around thinking like an investor all day with your sprinkling game everywhere you go. You see what I'm saying? Everything should be learning and earning. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to get a lot of people up to speed on this type of thinking because you can't do this to yourself. You can't create a Frankenstein and then when it wakes up and kills you in the end because you made a bad decision. No, he should have to pay. No, you should have to pay attention. You see? You should have to pay attention. So I am not for the SB 942 bill at all. I mean, the women that's even getting child support haven't even needed it. So, I mean, it's just like a big money grab. Like I said, who came up with this bill? You know what I'm saying? A group of baby mamas? You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't have been no logical dude. And that dude that was on that thing, that black guy, he looked like he got some type of other benefit in mind because it just makes no sense. Now, I believe people should be held accountable, but now I believe that a woman is actually sacred, right? To a point where you can look at the man by his woman. You know what I mean? And the woman is the first builder of the household because she already has the shelter which the seed is put. You have to be selective about what you're letting go into your garden, ladies. What seed you let get planted into your garden. You can't go get with the dude that dropped out of school because he cute and he do stupid stuff and you think it's cute when he being ignorant out in public because the same thing make you smile, make you cry. The same nigga is the one you arguing with, and then we see you in a corner store. I'm not asking you to go steal, to go get us nothing to eat. Can you just send us $20? Well, he ain't had $20 when you met him. He ain't had no $20 when you met him. That nigga had 2 blunts and a goddamn $5 McDonald's meal, and you was lonely and wanted somebody. He had just enough of what you need because you was going through such a hard time that you fail for the nigga and y'all end up and it led from one thing to another. I understand. But I don't understand is why we keep making the same mistakes. We keep making the same mistakes. So I'm not an advocate of child support. I'm not an advocate of forced tricking. Let's put it out there like that. You know, so I'm not an advocate of that. I'm an advocate of a man being a man and taking care of his woman and his family. You know what I'm saying? That kind of tricking. Now, as far as you laying down with anybody and you want to be, as far as I'm concerned, you should have charged them up front. Real hoes get paid before they get laid. And I don't want to get too vulgar, but the real ones get paid before they get laid. That's your bad. The dude gonna have to win on that one. And dudes you also don't make sure that you don't charge too low for your game because a lot of y'all get put in these sucker pools where you giving a woman girlfriend benefits, but you ain't you giving her girlfriend benefits, but you ain't getting boyfriend benefits. And I'm watching this a lot with some of my partners. You know what I'm saying? Y'all letting the female come around. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I believe in spinning because a man should show a little bit of his value, a little bit of his wealth, but I don't believe in going overboard at all. I mean, even when you go on a first date with somebody and y'all not serious about it, I'm just not big on going to go spend no $100 on somebody that I don't know. I'm not spending $100 for a conversation. I mean, you might get about 10, 20 out on a meal, on first meal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you like that. I really don't care that much anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already on my thing and I'm doing my thing. So it ain't that big of a deal. Whoever comes and what energies we match, we gonna do that. And I'm not looking to buy a woman. You see what I'm saying? So when you dealing with a woman, also make sure that your expectations ain't too low. That way, if it does end, you don't feel like you got the short end of the stick. You see what I'm saying? Like in the game, we didn't really complain because we got our cut along the way, because we knew that it was going to be a day that she was going to expire. And that goes for male and female. The game is unisex. It's not obligated to a sex. I just break it down how I break it down. You see what I'm saying, guys? So what I'm saying is, let's be more selective. Let's be more selective. And then, because we shouldn't have to go to the government to bail out our sexual relationships. That's ridiculous. Everybody want to run around and be degenerates and indulge in debauchery. And that's cool. I've partook in some debauchery a lot in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking down on it. I'm saying, but damn, choose to give yourself a better chance to win. You know what I'm saying? Don't go sleeping with somebody that you know when you sleep with them, you're going to need food stamps. You're going to need child support. You're going to need, you made a bad decision and we ain't trying to pay for that. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. So you need to find you a guy, be good to that guy so that he's actually feel like you are valued enough for him to want to invest in you, quote unquote, trick on you. But I don't mean squander his wealth on you. I mean, treat you as a woman should be treated and valued. And you, more than anything, should value yourself. Y'all are getting ridiculous. Y'all sleep with anybody every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm hearing quotes like y'all for the streets, and that's cool. I understand all that. Go get your depot shot or something in. That's all I got to say about that. But I'm not with the degeneracy. Understand that you probably should be focused on marriage. 98% of millionaires are actually married guys. I'm not seeing it. You know, everybody's saying they independent and all this shit. Yeah, you independently surviving, but you're not independently succeeding. So I believe it takes a team to win the game. I've always had a team throughout my whole life, a network of support and success. Also, let's shoot for the moon so that we can land at least somewhere into the stars, because there's only a few feet difference between a rut and a ditch. And you can get stuck in a rut by messing with a mud. Just saying. Now, that is my take on that, guys. I am Twaun X, and this is the Double Take Podcast. Please take the time to like the video and leave your subscribe to my channel and leave your opinions and thoughts in my comment section. Thanks, and I will talk to you guys soon.